I am Tyler Walk, your host for this week's Sunday and Monday Night Griffleball highlights for week number 9. I know it's a few weeks behind, but the Taka Drivers and the Ducks on the Pond had a very interesting series a few weeks ago. A couple of no-hitters. First, we'll start off in the bottom of the first. Brian Brillmeyer is going to strike out Ryan Voges. And he had a good game, had a no-hitter go all the way into the fourth. We'll get to that in just a moment. And then in the top of the second, Jackson Bazia going head-to-head with Brillmeyer strikes out Doovie. Both pitchers had a great performance in week 9. And then Brillmeyer again. Get used to this. He's going to strike out Ryan Voges as you see the weather turning a little ominous in the background. Then we're going to go to the top of the third. Jackson Bazia going pitch for pitch with Brian Brillmeyer. He's going to strike out his counterpart right here with a half-hearted swing. Fooled him right there. And then the next batter in the inning, Jackson Bazia is going to strike out Sean Siokas. What is the commissioner doing? Does anyone know? He was just kind of standing there. I still haven't figured it out, but he strikes him out right there. And both pitchers have a no-hitter going through 3 innings. And then in the bottom of the third, the wind picks up a little bit. At this at-bat, the monsoon is on its way in. As you can see, Buzz's hair is flying. And then there goes the camera flying. After this at-bat, Brillmeyer would walk Buzz, and we would have to delay the games until the next day. So go from Sunday to Monday night Griffleball, and then pick up right where we left off. At the Yankee cage, Brillmeyer strikes out Ryan Voges with the bases loaded to get out of a jam and keep his no-hit bid alive. And then both pitchers with a no-hitter through 3. Then in the bottom of the fourth, Chris Bartley breaks up the no-hitter with a single up the middle. This would start a rally against the Ducks on the Pond. So the first hit for the Taka Drivers. And then, after this, Voges gets revenge on the game after a Buzz walk. Voges doubles the deep right, and it's going to score 1. Taka Drivers take a 1-0 lead in game number 1. Then Jackson Bazia in the 5th trying to continue his no-hit bid. Chris Steele pokes it the other way to break up his. Oh man, both pitchers pitched very well in this game. And then Ryan Voges would come in to shut the door on the Ducks on the Pond. He's going to strike out Brian Brillmeyer. And then the very next batter, with a guy on base, down 1-0, Ryan Voges is going to strike out Doovie at the end of the game. The Taka Drivers win game number 1, 1-0, from a great performance behind Jackson Bazia and a good double in the 4th from Ryan Voges. And then in the second game, the Ducks on the Pond would get their revenge. In the top of the first, there'll be no hitter for the Taka Drivers in the first inning because Doovie's going to single to start off the game. And then with the bases loaded, Chris Deal steps to the plate after a few walks from Ryan Voges. Deal is going to walk to bring in a run, make it 1-0 Ducks on the Pond early in the top of the first. And then Zach Duvniak having himself a lifetime great performance on the mound. He's going to pitch here to Chris Bartley and strike him out in the bottom of the second. And then he's going to get Jackson Bazia right here to pop out 2 innings, no hits for the Taka Driver. There's a bat throw. We've come accustomed to that from the Taka Drivers and Jackson Bazia. And then in the top of the third, things getting a little dicey for the Taka Drivers. Zach Duvniak walks. And then Chris Deal is going to single to put guys on first and second. And then right after that, Brian Brillmeyer is going to do the same exact thing his teammate did before him. He's going to single off the bucket. Bases are now loaded for the Ducks on the Pond. And then Chris Deal already up 1-0. He's going to walk in another run. Make it 2-0 Ducks on the Pond in game number 2. And then Brian Brillmeyer battling with Ryan Voges. Battles so hard that the ball comes back and hits the camera. I was scared to death right there for just a moment. And then after that, Brian Brillmeyer will get the best of Ryan Voges. Already up 2-0. Brian Brillmeyer is going to make it 3-0 off another walk. So 3 runs for the Ducks on the Pond, all off of base on balls. And then in the bottom of the third, Zach Duvniak continues his great performance, gets Ryan Voges to ground out. And then he's going to get Jackson Bazia to line out. Look at the fans out there. This was the first week for the fans. Bazia, not happy, breaks a bat in half. Well, not in half. He definitely can't use that bat anymore. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Doovie's still dealing. Gets Ryan Voges to pop out to Brillmeyer. And then he's going to strike out Chris Bartley with the fans watching in anticipation of a possible no-hitter for the Ducks on the pond who were trying to sneak into the playoffs. K's him right there. Was it a strike? I can't tell. And then, in the bottom of the 5th, Doovie is going to get Jackson Bazia to pop it to the foul ground. Doovie off the mound, makes a great play, ranging from the mound to keep his no-hitter alive. 1 out away. But then, Chris Bartley is going to break up a Ducks on the pond no-hitter once again with a double in the right center. Chris Bartley doesn't want any no-hitters today for the Ducks on the pond. Breaks up 2 of them in 2 games. But Brillmeyer is going to get the save with the bases loaded. Taka down 3-0. Ryan Voga's last chance. Gets him the strikeout, and the Ducks on the pond split the series with the Taka Drivers, winning Game 2 3-0 and keeping their playoff hopes alive here in Week 9. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Griffle out!